Hi, my name is Julia Perlis, and I'm a Principal Product Manager with the Workflow Automation team. And today we're going to talk about decision tables. One of the questions we commonly encounter is how can I use decision tables in my workflows? First, let's talk about how decision tables interact with workflows. Decision tables capture reusable logic in an intuitive interface. To use, a decision table must be called from a flow or a script. The calling source passes data to the decision table input variables and specifies how to run the rules. The decision table returns result values that can then be used in workflows. We'll first talk about how to use a decision table in a flow or subflow. If you are using flows in your instance, I would recommend going this route as it requires absolutely no scripting. To use a decision table in a flow or subflow, you will add the make a decision logic to your flow. You'll configure that logic by selecting the decision table, setting the parameters, including the execution, and whether you want to use branching in your flow based on the decision results, and you will map data to inputs. As you can see here with the incident input, you can map any data that comes from prior steps in your flow into the decision table inputs. Once you've set up the make a decision flow logic in your flow, you can then use decision table results in subsequent actions. In this case, the assignment group field on an incident is being dynamically updated by the assignment group returned by a decision table in a previous step. You can also use decision table results to branch your flow in multiple paths. Branching is appropriate when you want your flow to take different subsequent actions depending on the result of a decision table. Branching is not the way to go if you want to follow the same path for your flow, but want to use the decision table results to set values in subsequent steps like we did here with the assignment group. Next, we'll talk about using a decision table in a script. Starting in Washington, we offer a feature to generate a code snippet to execute a decision table. From any published or non-version decision table, you can create a code snippet that will use the specific inputs, ID, and result columns of that decision table to generate a script for either execution method. As you can see here, you can create a code snippet that will return the first decision that matches, and you can also create a code snippet that will return all decisions that match, that includes a for loop. Prior to Washington, you can still generate these code snippets. You will just use the API documentation for the getDecision or getDecisions APIs to write your code. The code snippets can be used across the platform. You'll see an example here using a decision table to power dynamic email content in an email script. You could also consider using decision tables for business rules, assignment rules, dynamic email content, inbound email actions, and many, many more examples. We look forward to hearing how you're using decision tables to power your scripts and your flows and streamline your application code. Thank you for your time. I hope this answered the question, how can I use decision tables in my workflows?